Hi BookTube, Sarah here and welcome to my channel. Today I am coming to you with another weekly reading vlog. This is for week 28 and it is July the 6th through the 12th. Today is the 6th and it is about 1:30 in the afternoon. I am coming to you just as is. I didn't do any makeup or anything today because it is ridiculously hot outside. It is something like, with the humidity, it's 40 something Celsius, which I believe is like around 110 Fahrenheit. So yeah, I've been in and out of the house kind of all morning, like at different points. And you know, you put on makeup and just forget it. There was absolutely no point in doing it. So now I have a chance to sit down and chat with you guys. A new week of reading. Let's hope for a better reading week than last week. Last week wasn't a bad week per se, personally. It was just a, shorter than normal reading week with only 4 books. So, I do have a book finished already today, so that is a good thing. I have some life stuff that's kind of going on right now that I wanted to share real quick. And then, as I've been doing every week, starting off with sharing with you guys the books that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to get through this week. So, I'll start off with, I guess, the life stuff that's kind of going on. So I mentioned last week about the cats, and today is Monday, and Georgie. So last week I mentioned that the cats were named Marmalade and Gus. That's the names my mom kind of wanted. But we realized that, they kind of are used to their old names. Like, you think that cats don't know their names, but I really do, because I think it's the tone of your voice. And they might not know that that's their name, but they know that that's the sound of their name, if that makes sense. So we have gone back to the names that they had when we adopted them. So the orange guy's name is Georgie, and the gray one is Presley. So Georgie and Presley. I think I had a little clip of Georgie in the last vlog. I'll try and remember in this one to get some pictures or a little video or something of them in this vlog at some point. So yeah, but anyway. He was off and had his surgery this morning to get fixed, and the vet's office just called, and he is fine. We go and pick him up in a few hours, so yay. I'm so glad that's all done. I am anticipating what how much this might calm him down. I just don't want him attacking Goran anymore and jumping on him and biting his neck. I mean, if he does it in play, that's fine. Bernard sometimes does it to him too. He'll jump and he'll bite him, but not enough to break the skin, but just bite him. And you just snap your fingers or clap your hands right near him and Bernard will let go. That wasn't the case with what was going on with Georgie and Goran. He would not let go. He would not. I was forcing my fingers into his mouth to open his jaw to get him to let Goran go. So it was an issue. So I'm thinking that is probably, from everything that I've been reading, that should stop, but I'll keep you guys updated as the week goes on. So anyway, let's now get into the book that I actually finished this week, or so far this week. I've just finished reading Death of a Blueberry Tart by Lee Hollis. I listened to this on Scribd. It is a NetGalley release. I think it came out back in February. I believe it's book number 12 in a cozy mystery series. I didn't do it last week, and I do apologize because I was a little bit all over the place yesterday. But I will make sure to go through the series and all that stuff and the narrator at the end of the week when I do my little wrap up on Sunday of everything and open up my minis. This one was okay. I gave it 3 stars. It was a cozy mystery because it is an amateur sleuth, but there was just something that I didn't like about it. I wasn't a fan of the main character. And I wasn't a fan. Now, typically in cozy mysteries, you get a lot of that nagging mother. There's the main character always has this mother who drives her crazy. You see it a lot in the Hannah Swenson series. She's like, hello, mother, every time she answers the phone. And this one, though, the mother was just downright mean. I mean, mean. And the whole premise is that her mother is up from Florida because she just broke up with a boyfriend or something like that. The mother did. And the main character, our lead character, Haley, I think is her name, she is just newly married. I guess she married in the last book. Now, I'm not up on the series. This is the first one I've read from this series. I wasn't lost in any way into any events that happened prior to, but and she runs into her old friends, the mother, and it's her high school reunion. And while at this reunion, there's a woman there that none of them particularly liked because she used to go out with all the boys in high school, and they considered her to be a little loose, if you will. And she's the one who ends up getting murdered, is this friend of the mother's. And the mother was saying very, very hurtful things about her. And even like at her funeral, like really? So yeah, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth for lack of a better term. The mystery itself was interesting, like to find out who done it and why, but the characters themselves I really just didn't like. I found that there was a lot of adult situation discussion. Um, uh, it didn't seem like a cozy mystery to me. It didn't have that cute and sweet cozy that I'm used to. It was a little, I don't want to use the term edgier because edgier is not the right word, but I think you guys might know what I'm saying. I just didn't care for it. But I mean, 3 stars. The reason it got 3 stars is because the mystery did keep me guessing, and that's kind of the point, is the mystery. But I really have to be invested in the characters in order to really enjoy a book. So that's the first book that I finished this week. So let me get into the other books that I'm hoping to read this week. So I will be starting when I'm almost finished editing last week's vlog. I'm a little delayed. Like I said, I've been in and out of the house all morning. I'm going to be starting Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. I'm super, super excited about this one. It's a great summer book. I mean, this is going to be the perfect week to listen to it while these temperatures are, like, while we're experiencing this crazy heat wave. I almost want to go down to the lake just to see if it's a little bit cooler and sit outside. Maybe I'll try and do that this week. That might be fun. Maybe on Wednesday or something, I'll go down to the lake and get some video for you guys and maybe sit out in the sunshine or under the shade of a tree, do a little reading. I also hope to, okay, so I want to start and finish that one. Oops, my tablet just turned off on me. I also want to start and finish for Christmas in July-a-thon. Finally, one of my first Christmas books I'm going to get to is Evergreen Springs by Rayanne Thayne. This is the 3rd book, I think, in the Haven Point series, and it is a Christmas story, and I cannot wait. I think I need to think about the cold and snow as well as the hot, warm weather. And then I'm going to be reading very quickly Jessie's Wish by Ann M. Martin. The next book, I think it's 48 in the Babysitters Club series. It's the next one I'm on. And I'd like to at least start Seaside Cafe by Rochelle Allers. And also, currently I am reading Sweet Pea Summer by Alias Murray. My goal is to finish that one today. Whether I get back on here this afternoon again to update you guys when I get it done, we shall see. But definitely by tomorrow. And then another Christmas book I'm hoping to get to this week is The Christmas Wish by Tilly Teddet. I am so looking forward to this book. I cannot wait. It's been on my shelf since last year, like on my Kindle shelf since last year, and I am super stoked about it. The Wedding She Always Wanted by Stacey Connolly. This one I'm looking forward to. It's the second and last in a duology, and I really enjoyed the first one, so this one should be fun. And then the last book I'm hoping to at least start this week is going to be Sunshine on Silver Lake by Annie Raines. This is I cannot remember what series this is, but it's a book in a series. It's a small town contemporary romance, clearly from the cover. Oh, and The Seaside Cafe by Rochelle Allers is the first book in a series, I believe. The Book Club, I want to say it's called. So yeah, so that one should be good too. But anyway, that's my reading plans for the week. So I have 7 books I want to get through this week. So far I've finished 1. And of those 7, 3 of them are NetGalley books. And the one I just finished was one of the NetGalley books. So very exciting. Yeah, let's see if I have a better week than last week. I am, fingers crossed, I am really hoping so. I'm hoping things have calmed down, and I'm hoping for good things on the job front. So yeah, until my next clip, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi guys, happy Tuesday. It is the 7th of July, and it is about 7 o'clock at night. So sorry if you get any weird lighting. I am sitting in front of the window because I wanted to sit so I had my hands free to do this, because I want to talk about a book that I finished yesterday, and I also have a book haul here, I think of 11 books, so that's exciting. So they're all physical books, because as you guys know, I do a separate digital book haul at the end of the month, or at the beginning of the next month. So life update stuff, nothing, well, actually, no, I can't say that. I think yesterday I told you guys that Georgie is doing good. We noticed last night he attacked Gorn again. I was doing some reading up on it last night that says that it can take up to a month after the animal or the cat has been fixed for the aggressive tendencies to kind of go away, or get better, I should say, not go away, but get better. So we're hopeful eventually it will stop. But for right now, he's been sleeping a lot, mainly because we were given some painkiller medication to give him. He's got to get it twice a day, and it's a syringe of stuff that you got to put in his mouth. So Mom gave it to him this morning, and he slept like most of the day. So then we kind of woke him up because we didn't want. It did say that it was going to make it was partly a sedation kind of a thing too, right? And it's to keep him grounded and to keep him from getting too wild and having something happen with his stitches and stuff like that. So, or not stitches, sutures, whatever it is that they do. So to keep him healthy, essentially, to keep him calm for a few days. So that's going to last for 4 days. So we figure tonight before my mom goes to bed, we'll get him into her room, give it to him again, and then he can kind of crash out for the night, which will be nice because last night was a difficult night again. He was up and about and all around, and he was coming after Goran and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyway, that's that. In good news today, I had 2 job interviews today. Both of them I'm anticipating hearing back sometime next week. And then I have a 3rd job interview on Thursday, so that's exciting. So I'll keep you guys updated. They went well. You can never guess. It's like anything else. You think it goes absolutely amazing, and then turns out, no, it didn't. But I'm hopeful something is going to pan out soon. And what else? Oh yeah, Garrett got a job. For those of you who don't know, Garrett was under contract at his last job, and it was about a 2.5, 3-month contract, and it ended about 3 weeks ago. And so he's been out of work. He's been looking for work, and he got a call just today from a company that he applied for, a long-term care facility that he applied to before he left the other job. So it was about a month ago, and they just called him back. They apologized for how long it took, but they made a good point. It's been so crazy with the COVID. They actually do not have any active cases and haven't in, I think, a month. So that's fantastic, but he'll be doing maintenance. So that's exciting. And he's really, really excited about it. So that's a good thing. So let me get on to the book review. So yesterday I finished reading Sweet Pea Summer by Alice Murphy, or Alice, I think is her name. And this is the 2nd book in the Full Bloom Farm series, I believe. And it was a really cute contemporary romance. It's a second chance romance, and it's about a couple named Tom and May, and they dated in high school, and then on the day that they graduated, he had planned on leaving town, and he wanted to travel the world with her, and they had made this great plan, years earlier, that this is what they were going to do. And then when the time came for them to physically actually leave, he was there with his truck ready to go, and she said, no, I can't go, and she stayed home. Oh, Gordon just jumped up on the couch in the background. And so, yeah, so of course, he took off and he traveled the world. He spent 5 or 6 years traveling the world. And then he came back to this small town in Northern California, and his family owns a winemaking business. So they make wine and sell wine. So he's taken over the family business. He has his grandmother there, and there's a festival that's going to happen in town, and May and Tom end up chairing this, a committee to put this festival together, the 2 of them together. So of course the story, as I like to say, goes from there, and it was really cute and sweet. I liked it a lot. I think I ended up giving it 3.5 stars, but I'd almost push it more to a 4-star because it was really super cute and adorable. Like I said, the 2nd book in the series. So the 1st book was, I believe it was the Magnolia Sisters, and it was May's older sister's story. And then the 3rd book, which is coming out later this year, I'm hopeful for it on NetGalley. Comes out later this year, is going to be the youngest sister out of the 3 sisters. I think it's the youngest sister, or May's other sister. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one. And if you like a little contemporary romance, it was adorable. I think it's actually only $1.99 for the Kindle. So, if you've got an extra couple bucks and you want to read a super cute contemporary, go ahead and pick it up. So onto the book haul. So Garrett and I, to celebrate him getting a job, we spent money. Because why the heck not? It's how we celebrate. But we went to EB Games, which is an electronic boutique. I don't know if you guys have that in the States, because he was looking for some Star Wars figures. But when we were in there, so the first thing is non-bookish related. I found this, and my aunt's birthday, my dad's sister's birthday, is on Friday. And she is in love with Baby Yoda. In love with Baby Yoda. So I found that for her, and he's actually a bobblehead. I'm sure she will put him on display in front of her TV because she's just that cool. We actually got her a number of months ago. I bought her a mug that was going to be for her birthday because we didn't know how long it was going to take to come in. It was one of those Redbubble kind of stores where you can get whatever image printed on a thing. So we got her a coffee mug that has Baby Yoda holding a Tim Hortons cup, which is, they are a coffee chain here a huge coffee chain here in Canada. And I believe they're in the Northeast as well in the United States, wherever Dunkin' Donuts hasn't taken over. I'm pretty sure they're mostly in like um, northern or western New York State area. But anyway, Tim Hortons is like she lives and dies with coffee. You know, it's kind of a running gag is that she is the queen of coffee. So we got her a coffee mug that has him holding a Tim Hortons mug. It's really cute. She really liked it. But so I wasn't going to get her anything else for her birthday because we got her that mug, but we gave it to her a couple months ago. And I saw this and it was like $12. And I'm like, oh, she's going to love it because it's a bobblehead. So yeah, so I got her that today. So that's the only non-bookish thing that we got. So then we went over to Chapters Indigo, which is our big Barnes & Noble type store up here. And I always like looking to see what's on the sale tables. Usually a 3 for $10 or 2 for $20 or something like that when it comes to hardcovers. And, oh, is this sticker not going to come off? And I saw this book. And you guys are going to go, Sarah, that's not something you would normally read ever. And I'm like, and I'd reply to you, yes, you're absolutely correct. This is not something I generally would have picked up. But I have heard a ton about this book, especially in Victober, and a ton about this author. And I know Victober happens every year. It's a month in October when people strive to read Victorian literature. And I'd really like to participate. And I thought, I don't want to overwhelm myself by having a huge TBR, but I like to read at least one book to fit into Victober this year. And I thought this one would be appropriate because not only is it Victorian literature, but it's also like a creepy gothic kind of a story. So I ended up picking up a copy of The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. Gorgeous edition. Isn't that so pretty? But I've heard so many good things about this. It says The Woman in White, 1860, is both a Victorian sensation novel and a detective story. Thrilling story of abduction, madness, false identity, and shamed family secrets. I mean, it sounds perfect. Look at how gorgeous that cover is. Perfect for October, right? So this one's going to go on the shelf. I don't know whether I'm actually going to read this edition. The print is kind of, I know, I always hear people complain about it. The print is small. Well, yeah, okay. And it's like 500 pages. But so what I might do is maybe read so many pages a day throughout the course of the month and finish it that way. So we shall see. Or maybe I'll just try and pick up a copy on audio. But I just thought this was really, really pretty. And I had to have it. So yay. I'm very excited about that. So the rest of the books were actually thrift store purchase. And I found some gems in here, you guys. Oh my gosh. So Garrett and I went to the thrift store. And I want to take a walk around. And of course it is Value Village, which is Savers in the US. And it is buy four, get one free. So of course I bought 10 books because duh. And I'm just kind of sorting them out here. Okay. So I will show you guys are there any others? Yeah, that's an anthology. That's okay. So the Harlequin imprints that I got, because I always like, oh, this one isn't an imprint. I only got 4 imprints, but I got this one. This is The Truth About Cowboys by Lisa Renee Jones. I am a big fan of her. She has written for the Harlequin imprints. I'm pretty sure it was for Blaze or for Temptation. Her books tend to get a little bit spicy, but I saw this one on the shelf, and it's from Entangled Publishing. It says, Lisa Renee Jones does wildly sexy alpha heroes like no one else. And that is from New York Times bestselling author Jill Shalvis. So if Jill Shalvis says she's good, she's good. So there is another one in this series that is called Tangled Up in Christmas. And I actually have that in my cart on Amazon to buy a physical copy of. I mean, this is in gorgeous condition. It doesn't even look like it's been read. So, I mean, like, you guys know me. I love me a good cowboy romance. So, I decided to pick this one up. So, these other 4 here are Harlequin imprints. So, I got Star-Crossed Parents by C.J. Carmichael. This is a book in the You, Me, and the Kids series, which is it's not a series you have to read in order. It just deals with single parents and things like that. This was published originally in July of 2007. And yeah, it looks really cute. I miss the super romance books, but that's okay because I still have these ones, which are the special edition. And this one is still labeled as a silhouette before it changed to Harlequin. And this is The Date Next Door by Gina Wilkins. It looks like it's a holiday romance, maybe a Valentine's Day. High school reunion. It's a high school reunion, but it looks like, it was published in December. That's why it's got, the Christmassy kind of thing here. This is from December of 2006. So yeah, this one looks really cute. I don't know if this is part of a series or not It doesn't say, but that's okay. Looks good. Then I got a Love Inspired Suspense because I love these, and there seems to be a theme with these last two. I didn't even realize I subconsciously did it. So we've got Bayou Justice by Robin Carroll. Again, a Love Inspired Suspense. So these are faith-based romantic suspense novels, and they are super cute and super fun. I really like them. Anything that takes place in New Orleans, I am kind of a sucker for. And that goes to show for the last one that I got here for the actual imprints. And I got The Betrayed by Jana de Leon. This is a larger print novel, but it's a Harlequin intrigue. And this is a romantic suspense, so there's the larger print, what it looks like. And this one also takes place in New Orleans. This is the Mystery Parish Family Inheritance series. So yeah, a man undercover must reveal the truth in the swamps. In the continuation of best-selling author Jana de Leon's Mystery Parish Family Inheritance series. So yeah, looks good. I have, I think, others in this series, so I'm excited to eventually get to this one. Now, let me just kind of also organize these. I'll start with that one. Okay, so I'm going to save the hidden gems for last. There's 3 of them. So actually, this one I might, okay, we'll start with this one. I saw this book, and I was kind of like, that sounds like fun. And it's called Something from Tiffany's by Melissa Hill. I have never heard of this book or this author, but I'm assuming it's Tiffany's, like the jewelry store Tiffany's, like the iconic blue Tiffany's box. On 5th Avenue in New York City, 2 very different men are shopping for gifts for the woman they love. Gary is buying his girlfriend Rachel a charm bracelet, partly to thank her for paying for their holiday of a lifetime in New York, but mainly because he's left his shopping far too late. Whereas Ethan's looking for something a little more special, an engagement ring for the first woman to have made him happy since he lost the love of his life. But when the 2 men's shopping bags get confused and Rachel somehow ends up with Ethan's ring, the couple's life becomes intertwined, and as Ethan tries to reunite the ring with the woman it was actually intended for, he finds it trickier than expected. Does fate have other ideas for the couples, or is this simply a bit of Tiffany's magic in the air? Doesn't that sound interesting? I'm like, I kind of really like that. And I saw it and I thought, I really like the cover. I thought, I will give a different author a try, because why the heck not? So yay, I am excited about getting to this one. And then I found this one too, which looked like a lot of fun. This is actually a Harlequin anthology, and it's a romantic suspense anthology. It's called Ice Lake, and it is 3 short stories by B.J. Daniels, Dolores Fawson, and Julie Miller. All 3 authors are absolutely fantastic. This looks like it would be a great book to actually read right now when it's 40 degrees Celsius outside, which is around 100 Fahrenheit for my American friends. So yeah, I do not know if these are new stories or if they've been previously published. So we've got Gone Cold by B.J. Daniels, Cold Heart by Dolores Fawson, and Stone Cold by Julie Miller. And actually, no, it looks like these were written in purposely for this anthology, because they all take place in a town called Ice Lake, hence the title. You learn something every day. So yeah, so that'll be fun, enjoyable. I love finding things like that you don't expect. So then I saw this one, and the cover actually drew me in because of how bright and shiny it is, like shiny. And this is one of Heather Graham's older books. And when she was still writing under her other name, I can never say that name, but I tell her I go by Heather Graham. And this is Strangers in Paradise. And look at that, look at that cover. When was this originally printed? Oh yeah, the other thing too is, guys, it has a step back. That's awesome, right? It's not a historical or anything at all like that. When was this published? 1988. Copyright 1988. So yay, an old Heather Graham to add to my collection. So yeah, I am looking forward to this one. Alexi Jordan has come to the old Florida estate to heal the wounds left by a bad marriage. But instead of tranquility, she's found danger. Someone was stalking her, tampering with the lights and making unsettling telephone calls. Alexi was convinced she could handle it, but Rex Morrow wasn't. As a self-appointed protector and Alexi's neighbor, he suspected she was in real danger. The only danger Alexi sensed, however, was from Rex itself. Why do I feel like I've read this? I may have read this. I wonder, I'm going to look, if this is a reprint of an old romantic suspense novel, or a silhouette not love inspired, a silhouette intimate moments book, maybe. I'm sure it's been republished as a, like now in ebook. So if it is, I will pop maybe the new cover up here, and maybe the original cover if this isn't it. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it was really cool, like to add to my collection of Heather Graham books. And then the last two books, well, I've kind of been now really on the hunt for older historical novels, because Instagram is a bad enabler, and I keep seeing all these wonderful people on Instagram posting like these old historical novels with gorgeous step backs. So I was kind of tearing through the shelves at the Value Village looking for books with cool step backs. And really the only ones I found were the Heather Graham one and then this other one I have here. But I did get this one. And because this is Johanna Lindsey, The Holiday Present, which is actually a book I have not read. It's an author I have not read. And I'm assuming a gift of love in the holiday season, 2 unforgettable romantic tales. So this is a 2-in-1. It's an anthology. Gotta love an anthology. So in the present, she gathers together her most popular creation, the Mallorys, for a memorable family Christmas and the surprising discovery of a long ago love affair between the first Mallory and a wild gypsy. And then in Home for the Holidays, 2 rival hearts are united by a Christmas miracle that would do Charles Dickens proud. So they both sound really cute. But what got me is it says here on the front, it says keepsake ornament inside. And I thought, yeah, okay, right. How old is this book? It was published in 2003, so 17 years ago. And guys, it's still there. It's been torn out of the little thing, but it's still there. So I had to keep it. I absolutely had to keep it in there. Oh, I guess it goes this way. Let's put it that way. So yeah, isn't that awesome? That's kind of why. I mean, I wanted it because it was a Christmas book and it sounded really cute, or like a Christmas anthology. But with the ornament in there, I kind of had to have it. And then the other one I got because it did have a step back, but it sounded interesting. This is an author I have not read either. And it's, how do you say her name? Grenlyn Dawson? I'm not too sure. Geralyn Dawson. But this is The Kissing Stars. Geraldine. I sometimes can't read cursive. I'm so sorry. Moves the very pinnacle of historical romance. And this is actually a Western. And I do love, love, love the Western historicals. So yeah, it takes place in Texas. So I'm very excited. But of course, how gorgeous is that? I do miss a good step back. I wish they were still a thing. I know you get them occasionally now, but they used to be so prevalent. And oh my gosh. Just thought that one was so, so pretty. So yeah. But it looks like he's wearing blue jeans. Would they have been a thing? Like, when did this book take place? Usually it tells you at the beginning. Let's have a look. 1889. So possibly. Yeah, I'm sure of it. September 1889 in Dallas, Texas. So yeah. Maybe a slightly more modern historical. I mean, 1886, that was not much more than 130 years ago, 140 years ago. So, yeah, looks cute. I am excited. So anyway, guys, that's my book haul. That's my reading update for today. I do not anticipate talking to you guys tomorrow with a reading update because I am starting a book today. I'm actually starting 2 books. No, I only started 1 book today. We've been out like all day long. It's been a little bit crazy. So, I got no audio listening done today. But tonight I'm doing a read with me with some of my friends from the romance Voxer group that I belong to. And so we're going to do that. So I'm going to be starting The Christmas Wish by Tilly Tennant. So I do hope to have that to you guys on Thursday to share with you my update for that book. So that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys in my next clip. Bye, guys. So it's morning time and we have all the cats out. Here's Mr. B. Happy in front of his window. Huh? Yeah. And then we have Mr. Gorin checking out, making sure nothing happens from downstairs. And of course, Presley. Press. Hi. He's very vocal. And someone trying to get my breakfast. Mr. George. Yeah, you. Hi. Who's good boy? Hi guys, it is the 8th of July, so it's Wednesday, and it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just got home. I'm sitting in front of the window, and usually at this time, the light would be way too much for me to sit here and film something, but it looks like we actually have some dark clouds rolling in, which would be kind of nice because we could really use the rain. I don't think it's rained in weeks and weeks and weeks. What we really need is a really good downpour, but at this point, we'll take anything. With the humidity outside today, it's about 40 degrees Celsius, or roughly about 100-ish Fahrenheit, which is gross. Very gross. So the reason I'm here is not because I have a reading update, but because I have another book haul, and I think this will be my last one for the week. So that was 2. But this is another thrift store haul, so that's always exciting. But today's been a good day. So before this, you probably saw the clip of the 4 cats. They were all occupying the same room, and no one was trying to kill another. They are still, they pass each other in the hall, and there's occasionally still some hissing and, a little bit of growling depending on. But generally, they are getting along pretty good. Georgie is still attacking Gorn on occasion, but now if you tell him, like, you smack, clap your hands or snap or something like that near him, he'll let go. So it's not like it was before where he wouldn't even let go if you did that. So that's good. It's progress, and I'll take progress. And Gorn's just such a chill cat. He's like, whatever. Just leave me alone and let me sleep. So this afternoon, Garrett and I decided to go out. He wanted to go, to EB Games, to a couple different locations. He's looking for some exclusive Star Wars something or other at an electronic boutique that's EB Games or whatever it is. I don't know what it would be called in the US, but right by the last one that we went to, they have McDonald's. So I went into McDonald's because it's dollar drink day. So I got the large pop for $1. Or dollar drink days, I should say. So for the rest of the summer, it's like, and I know pop is not good for you. That's actually orange Fruitopia, so it's pure sugar. And I know sugar is not good for you and all those things, but you know what? I allow myself 1 a week or maybe 2 a week tops, so it's a thing. Anyway, so we ended up at this thrift store that I love, that I've talked about before, called GNU Books, and they've been around since I was a kid, little. My dad used to get comic books from them. They still sell comics. There used to be 2 locations, one just south of where I live now, and then another one 2 towns over. So it's about a half an hour drive, 20 minutes, half an hour drive, and quicker if you take the highway, of course. But I wanted to go up because I want to support small business, especially right now with everything just reopening up. So we went up there, and they've rearranged the store completely. So to give you that, people are supposed to stay away from each other, and you can walk up and down the aisles, kind of an idea. So I found a few things. Now, I got 14 books, you guys, 14 for $8. So I do not know what kind of a sale they were having, because typically, so the Harlequins that I got for my Harlequin collection are, the ones that I bought were, I think, 4 for $1.50. So there was $3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus tax. I think the other ones, the big mass market paper, might have been $1 a piece. If I had known that going in, I would have bought a lot more. So, because typically how they sell them is half the price of the list price on the book, whatever it happens to be. But I'm not going to complain. I'm totally happy. So, anyway, I thought I'd show these to you guys. Hello, Mr. Presley is sitting here. I'd pick him up, but he doesn't really like that so much, so... But he'll sit here and let me pet him. He just doesn't... Oh, sorry for smacking you in the face, dude. Do you want to come up? Excuse me. Hold on. Nope. He took off. He's having none of it. You guys already saw the images of that this morning. So, let me show you the Harlequins first. Sorry, my camera's a little jiggly. And then I will show you the mass markets. So, these all had the double X on the top. So, like I said, 4 for $1.50. So we got Ranch at River's End by Brenda Mott. This is part of the You, Me, and the Kids series. I think I got one of these yesterday, the You, Me, and the Kids. So this is another one. I really should have checked because I have a feeling I might already have a copy of this one, but we shall see. If anything, I will donate it back to Value Village and they can sell it for charity. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Value Village, but like I was saying to Garrett in the car, I can pick these up 4 for $1.50, or 5 for $1.50, excuse me. Or if I go to Value Village, it's 99 cents each, regardless of how old they are. And you get 5 for $4, essentially, or $3.98, or whatever it is, 99 cents a piece. So, because it's buy 4, get 1 free there. But I would rather support small business, and they always have a huge bin of these. I was going to get some video, but there were some other people walking around, and I'm just like, you know, maybe next time. So I got that one. But I can't be going too often because, guys, I do not have room. I just told Garrett I want another bookcase. So on Tuesday, when I get paid, when I get my bit of money, I'm actually going to buy another bookcase, and I'm going to put it right behind me. Where the calendar is going to be moved, and there's going to be another tall bookcase that goes there. I think that's going to be my game plan. And then I should have enough bookcases in here. Should have. We shall see. I don't know where I accumulate all these books from, because I only ever had the 2 bookcases in the old apartment. Now I've got those 2, plus this one over here that you guys can't see. And then I'm going to get a 4th. So, you know, I said to Garrett in the car today, I'm like, oh, and there's still wall space in the bedroom. We could put a bookcase or 2 in there. And there's space in the basement, too. I don't really need the couch, do I? I can move that out. No, let's not get crazy. But anyway, but how can you say no to 5 books for $1.50? You can't. Anyway, the next one I got. From Maverick to Daddy by Teresa Southwick. This is a book in the Montana Mavericks 20 Years in the Saddle series, a Harlequin special edition novel. You know I love those. Another super romance, For the Children by Tara Taylor Quinn. I adore her. This is part of the Twins series, and it's another super romance novel. This is from December of 03. This one was from August of 2014, so it's a little bit newer. And then this one was from August of 2010, so 10 years ago. And then I got this one. I seem to be on like a holiday kick. I always gravitate towards the Christmas books no matter what time of year it is. But I got Texan for the Holidays by Victoria Chancellor. This is an American romance, which I missed this series. This became the Western Romance series. And this is from December of 07, I think. Part of, pardon me, the Brody's Crossing series. So yeah, that one looks like a lot of fun. And then I got this one, Passion to Protect by Colleen Thompson. This is a Harlequin romantic suspense. Really fun looking cover. Sorry, anytime I'm in here, the cats are all in here. What you doing? I got this one, which is almost in brand new condition. And that one was from November of 2012. Part of the Harlequin Kiss line, which was like they're fun, flirty, younger. I don't want to use the term new adult because personally I hate the term new adult. It's not a genre, it is an age group. But if you were to define this, this would be more the new adult category, like that age group. And these are more fun, flirty. They tended to be a little funny, you know what I mean? So like the 3 Fs. But this is Once Is Never Enough by Amira Lynn Kelly. These Kiss books were really fun. I don't think they lasted past 40 books-ish, I think. Yeah, this is book 22. This is from July of 2013. So it's a number of years ago, but if you can come across these are a lot of fun. They do get spicy though, so do keep that in mind. Speaking about spicy, my Blaze books. I love my Blaze books. So we have another Christmas one, Santa Baby by Lisa Renee Jones. I just talked about a Lisa Renee Jones book yesterday, and I'm going to talk about another one very shortly. Clearly a holiday book, part of the Dressed to Thrill series, so I am interested. And yeah, these ones are super spicy, but they're a lot of fun, and I love this series. I miss this imprint so much. The imprint that actually came before the Blaze series was Temptation. And for a little while, I believe they overlapped, and then they completely got rid of Temptation and only kept the Blaze books. But this is one of the last 4 that I found. They had another one, which I have. I have the last 2. I think this might be... So the final 4 books were actually a mini-series. And the titles of them were pretty awesome. Let me just see here. Do they have them all? Oh, there's my bookmark. They give you a free bookmark at the store too. So the cool thing, because these were the last 4, so it's like the Temptation years they have written here in the back, and it's like 1984 to 2005. And they have all the, like many of the authors actually wrote like little autographs in the back. These are in the back of all 4 of the books, and I just think that that is so much fun. So no, they don't have them listed in here, but so this one was called, The 11th Hour by Wendy Etherton. And again, it says collector's edition right there. Sorry about that, guys. Scratchy Mix, scratch, Mr. Presley. There's a litter box in the closet right beside me, unfortunately. So he was in there using the litter, and you guys didn't need to hear that. So anyway, Again, it says collector's edition on it. The last 4 did. I do own the last book, which is one I think I read for the 40 Years of Harlequin project that I did last year. And so this is one of the final 4. Again, the 11th hour. So they were all called something like that. I can't remember what the first one was. This one was the 11th hour. Then there was one called Goodnight Gracie. And then the final book was called Her Final Temptation. I believe it was Leslie Kelly who wrote that one. And I just love the pun for the title of that one. But yeah, because these are collectors, I mean, even though it's damaged and stuff, I'm still happy to have it. So yay. And I got this one. 11th Inspired Suspense, Warning Signs by Katie Lee. These are always so much fun, and I do love them. A large print. Gotta love a large print book. I mean, who doesn't love that? So yeah. And, oh, the Temptation was from 2005. And then this one is from October of 2013. And then I found this one at the, in the bin, and I got so excited. So this one has seen better days, but I do love finding these books. So this one is from 1969. We have the Pied, P-I-E-D, Tulip. And this is by Elizabeth Ashton. So yeah, an old Harlequin. Originally it was 50 cents. This is number 1373. To put it in perspective, we're up to 5,000 on the Harlequin series, I believe. So yeah, I just love coming. Like I said, this is pretty worse for wear, but it's still going to be great to have. And I mean, oh. And this used to be, of course, a more red cover. So I'll have to be very careful with this when I do go ahead and read it. But mostly it's going to be for, to go on the shelf. So that's fun. And then here's the bookmark I thought I'd show you guys. These are the same bookmarks that they have had since I was a kid. And I love the image on them. Of course, a black cat with books. It says, books for every age and interest. GNU Books, Book Exchange, Comics, Toys, and Games. 1120 Simcoe Street North in Oshawa. If anyone is interested, and they are on the online. So it's GNU, G-N-U. But yeah, if any of you are in the Toronto, Durham area and you want to check out this independent bookstore, used bookstore, I totally recommend it because they are fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So there, and I got a new bookmark. So then the other 4 mass markets I got, so excited. Jill Shelvis. This one is in mint condition, you guys, absolutely perfect condition. I don't think it's been read. And this is Out of This World. And all it says is, 3 weeks ago, I, Rachel Bond, inherited a bed and breakfast in Alaska. Just this morning, I was in my warm bed in LA, but now I'm up here. But now here I am up north. And this is like nosebleed north. It's a Jill Shelvis that takes place in Alaska. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm so excited. Although, I do have a feeling I might own this on ebook, but that's okay. A Jill Shelvis, look at this. This is a reprint of an old book, but yeah. When did it originally come out? I'm curious. Published by Kensington. Copyright 2006. So not that long ago. Oh, okay. First trade edition was September of 2006. This was reprinted in 2016. So this is a few years old, but the original story was from 2006. And then this one must jump. The last 3 kind of jumped out at me because they're holiday stories, and you guys know I love a good holiday story. But this one, the title especially, because I am participating this month in Christmas in July, which is hosted, I'm co-hosting Christmas in July with some other people, and it's just to encourage you to read Christmas romance in July. And I saw this one. It's actually called Christmas in July. It's by Debbie Mason. Yeah, this one looks really, really cute. Finding Love Again calls for a little Christmas magic. Isn't that delightful? I love it. This would have been perfect. I wish I'd seen this before I created my TBR because this one would have been so good. So yeah, I'm very excited about this one. I believe this is part of her Christmas series. She has a series. Oh yeah, Christmas Colorado. That's part of the series. So yay. And I got this one, which is a historical. I love holiday historicals. We have What Happens Under the Mistletoe by Sabrina Jeffries, Karen Hawkins, Candace Camp, and Meredith Duran. So yeah, that one looks, oh, look at the cover. That is so gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. Really, a lot of these covers, legit, you guys, are a work of art in some cases. They're absolutely beautiful. And, you know, I can talk. The people who do the artwork for the covers really do need to get more recognition. I'm just seeing if there's anything here. Interior design. Oh, they tell you who did the interior design, because there's a little design for every chapter thing. So this will be good. This one might have to go on the TBR for this December. And last but not least, so I showed you Lisa Renee Jones yesterday. And I noticed on the back that it was part of a series. That it was, I guess, maybe a 2-book series or something. And I looked on Amazon, and they had it as, of course, a Kindle edition. And the other book. They had it as a Kindle edition. But the Kindle edition cover, guys, I would have looked at that and not even assumed it was the same book. So I'm going to pop the Kindle edition cover up here for you guys to look at, because I'm just like, I don't understand what it has to do. Like, it looks nothing like the original book. So what I did was I wanted the mass market paperback because I bought the mass market paperback yesterday. So I did that. I put it in my cart and I bought it this morning, and it was like 10 something for that. So then I end up at the thrift store today, and as I walk in, they have like their newer books, like stuff that people have just brought in, stuff that's in better condition, are right up at the front. And as I walk by, what do I spy out of the corner of my eye? The first book, Tangled Up in Christmas by Lisa Renee Jones. Right there, in perfect flipping condition, okay? Perfect condition. I paid $1 for it, $1. You know, like, I will happily support authors and things like that, but I mean, for $1, like, come on. So essentially, I got all these books I just showed you for what this book would have cost me, for less than what this book would have cost me on Amazon. Because it retailed for $10.99. So, yeah, I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy. And it's a 2-in-1 special, includes a bonus novel, Santa Baby. I don't know who Santa Baby is by. Is it? Oh, it's by Lisa Renee Jones as well. Oh, it's that one. Did you guys just see the light bulb go off? So this story is in here. Oh my God, how weird is that? That is totally not on purpose. That is awesome. So I can read it from here or from here. Oh, that's great. This one, I think, definitely will have to be read at Christmas. I'm going to have to look to see whether this book comes first or the other one that I got comes first. The other one is called The Truth About Cowboys. So if The Truth About Cowboys comes first, then I will read that one in August. I think that'll be my game plan. I'll read that one in August, and then I'll read this one in December. So yay. And I'll read both stories in here, so I can also read this one. And not damage, because this one is really, it looks like it's even water damaged. So this might just be for display purposes only. But yeah, so, oh my God, that's so fun. I didn't even know. Because guys, literally, the Harlequins are in this huge bin, and I just pick through them and see what they have. So anyway, another longer clip. I have a feeling that this vlog is going to be longer than last week's, mainly because of me showing off all the books I'm buying. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye. Hi guys, it's been a few days since the last time I talked to you. It is now Saturday. It's July the 11th, and it's just before 5 o'clock at night. It's pretty dark and rainy outside right now, so I'm getting really good light coming in through this window. Usually at this time I'd be blinded by the beautiful sunshine, but for once we have rain, which is kind of nice. We haven't had rain in quite some time. So yeah, so sorry I haven't updated you guys in a few days, but I have a couple things. I have a couple books I want to share with you that I finished, and I have a tiny, tiny little book haul. Very tiny, just 2 titles. Still, it's been the week of the book haul, so yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying that. Let me know if you want me to continue to include them here. It's just easier for me in the long run because I like to try and put all those books away. I don't want them just kind of sitting forever, and, you know, not getting them put away, because I really literally do have limited space in here. So anyway, the first one I got, both of these books I got today. So the first one, I got the brand new Susan Wiggs, The Lost and Found Bookshop, which is in a lovely floppy trade paperback. And this was on at Walmart. I had to go over earlier to pick up some cat food and stuff like that. So of course, every time I go, I have to look at the books. And I saw this one at 40% off, and I said, why not? And if you had to start over, what would you do and who would you be? That's what it says on the back. So I do not know what this is about yet, but I'm super looking forward to it. Yeah, so this one should be good. I do love Susan Wiggs, so this one should be delightful. And then the other one I didn't buy. My aunt came over, my mom's sister, and she's an avid reader like a lot of the rest of us in the family. And she's been going through books like crazy, of course, being at home in quarantine. And she finished this one, and she said she enjoyed it. It wasn't like one of the best ones she's read, but she really enjoyed it. So she brought it over for me, and it's in a hardcover. And it's Emily Griffith's new one. I think this is her new one. And it's The Lies That Bind. And it's something to do with September 11th, I think. I was just kind of looking at it really, really careful, like just very quickly over on the internet. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. But it says, yeah, something like the husband goes missing in 9/11. Mesmerizing and emotionally resonant exploration of the never-ending search for love and truth in our careers, our relationship, and deep within our own hearts. So, like my aunt said, she says it wasn't bad. It was an enjoyable enough read. So, yay, I'm happy to have this one too. I haven't read an Emily Griffith since I read, was it Something Borrowed? Something Borrowed and Something Blue. I was not overtly impressed with those two books, and I know that they were like what jumped her to acclaim, like to people really starting to pick up her stuff. I really didn't care for them personally, but I'm happy to take a free book to read, especially when it's hardcover. So, update on reading. The other day, I finished reading The Christmas Wish by Tilly Tennant. I gave this one 4.5 stars, you guys. It was absolutely delightful. I cannot tell you how fantastic this book was. I loved it so, so much. I highly encourage, for any of you who love a good, cute, sweet romance, Christmas romance, to definitely pick this one up. So our main character in this one is Esme. And for Christmas, just before Christmas, or not just before, but in the months leading up to Christmas, she ends up splitting up from her ex, her now ex. And I don't want to get into why, because that's kind of divulged as the story goes on. So she, heads back to her grandmother's little cottage that the grandmother lives in, out in the country. And she spends a few months there kind of healing. And then it's a few weeks before Christmas, and her and her grandmother head out. And they go to buy each other Christmas gifts. And while they are out doing this, the grandmother dies of a heart attack while they're out shopping. She hadn't been well for a little while. She'd kind of been hiding it in a way. So Esme finds out afterward that for Christmas, her grandmother had bought her these tickets to Lapland in Finland. Is it Finland? And it's essentially the North Pole, where Santa Claus is from. Although, honestly, we all know Santa Claus is from Canada. He even has his own postal code. If you mail it to Santa Claus, the North Pole, HOHOHO, it will go to Santa Claus here in Canada. Yes, it is, So we'll let Finland claim him for the plot of this story, but he lives here in Canada. So anyway, I just thought that was cute as I was reading it. And so she ends up deciding to take the trip. And in amongst all this, there's stuff going on with her ex, or she kind of gets back with him, and then there's another love interest perhaps, but the bulk of the story is her on this trip, and it is magical. I mean, literally magical. This story was so, so wonderful. It just made me so happy. There are parts of the book, though, that made me so angry at her. Like, you can clearly see that this guy is a complete bad word. And, you're just like, what are you doing? But, just like anything, she has to come to these conclusions herself. No one can force her to. But then I started looking up, like, these trips, like, to take to, like, this area. And I'm like, oh, I really want to go here now, too. So, yeah, I don't want to get too much into the story, because I kind of went into it just knowing that she ends up taking, the main character ends up taking this trip after a breakup, and something about, the grandmother and things like that. So it was wonderful. 4.5 stars. I absolutely adored it. And I highly, highly recommend that you go ahead and pick it up. The other book that I finished, was it yesterday? It was last night. Yeah, it was later yesterday I finished, was a book I'm completely drawing a blank on right now. How bad is that? Oh, Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. This is a NetGalley read, so many thanks to the publisher and to NetGalley for sending me an eARC review of this one. But I did listen to it on audio. I got it out of my library, because this came out about a month or so ago. And anyway, this book, I liked it. And this, I will preface by saying, this is the first Mary Kay Andrews that I've ever read. So I'm assuming, though, most of her books are like this. She writes almost in a genre all to herself, where it is a women's fiction / like a cozy mystery. And I say cozy mystery because it's an amateur sleuth. That's kind of my definition of a cozy mystery, is if it's an amateur sleuth. So in this story, our main character comes back, ends up, there's some issues with her job, and because of that, she goes back to her hometown, called Silver Springs, I think. Is it Silver Springs? Silver something, Florida. And it's this tiny little dot, dot on the map town that is in the Florida Panhandle. And she comes back and she's trying to figure out what she's going to do next. She's applying for jobs and she's staying with her grandmother. And her sister still is in town. She doesn't have the best relationship with her sister, but her sister runs the local paper. And our main character is a reporter. She's been a reporter for some major newspapers. But as we all know, print media is kind of dying in a way. And she's having a very difficult time finding a job. So she's there for the summer to kind of figure out what her next step is going to be. So she starts, begrudgingly, she agrees to work on the newspaper that her sister, heads and manages and all those things. So in the midst of all of this, a senator is killed. A Florida congressman or something like that is killed. And then Sarah, who's our main character, starts delving into his background and unveils all these secrets and these mysteries and things like that surrounding him and his death and his family. Of course, the family's holding all these secrets. So the story goes from there. This one, my biggest issue with it, I liked it. I thought it was extremely well written. I do want to read more Mary Kay Andrews, but I felt it was a little too long. A lot of the things in here were kind of repetitive, and I just feel like an easy 100 pages could have been cut from this. This is almost a 500-page book. Now, my understanding, again, is that this is typical for Mary Kay Andrews. She writes these big, thick, take-to-the-beach type books. And, I mean, it was done well. She does it well. And, but I don't know if it's one that I could read more of. I don't know if I could read 2 or 3 of these in a summer. This would definitely be one of those where I'm going to read one every summer kind of an idea, which is, I believe, when she publishes them. They come out every summer. Sorry, I've got Bernard beside me. He's been having a bit of a rough go of it today. Him and George got into it big time this morning, just before 7 a.m. I mean, it was high-pitched screaming. George has a cut on his nose, and Bernard got cut under here, but they kind of had a rough and tumble of it. So Bernard's kind of been in hiding for most of the day, literally licking wounds and stuff like that. So tonight we have decided that George needs to be in Mom's room tonight. So he's going to, hang out in there with the door closed tonight. And we're hoping to let Bernard kind of have a bit more run of the house tonight because it's only fair, you know what I mean? So he's, like I said, been in a bit of hiding today. So, but anyway, yeah, I did enjoy the Mary Kay Andrews book. I mean, if you like her stuff, definitely pick it up. I will definitely be picking up more of her stuff, and definitely if I can get it on audio. I think that's the way to read her books. And I did really like it on audio. I mean, I thought it was a really good book. It was 4 stars, but I just felt it was just maybe just a little bit too long. And there were kind of a lot of characters too, a lot to keep track of, a lot of balls in the air, if you will. So yeah, it was good. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share with you guys. Not for today. I'm going to relax and start editing the vlog to go up on Monday. So if you're watching this on Monday, you're going to notice that I did not have a video go up on Saturday either, because I had planned on filming this morning. And then, like I said, we had an early wake-up call with the cats fighting. And then my mom and I had to go to Walmart because we had to pick up some cat food, hence I got the book. And then my mom's sister came over, and she was over from about 9 this morning till I think about 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, which was great. It was so nice seeing her because we really haven't visited with her since before quarantine. So that was really, really nice. And then my brother and sister came over with their kids. So it was kind of a nice little family gathering. So by the time all that was done, it was like 1 o'clock, and I hadn't done any reading or any audiobook listening today, and I just kind of really wanted to relax. So I didn't film today. My plan is to film tomorrow on Sunday, and so you guys are going to see this video on Monday, and then I'll have my regular Wednesday and Saturday videos going up next week. I do promise that. I'll get back into a groove starting tomorrow. That is my game plan. And yeah, because I am hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful. I should have word by the end of next week on this potential job. So fingers crossed. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I will update again tomorrow, because between now and tomorrow, I plan on finishing 3 books. So I am almost done The Wedding She Always Wanted by Stacey Connolly. And I am more than halfway through Evergreen Springs by Rayanne Thane. So that one will be really quick on audio. Like, I'm going to listen to that one tomorrow morning. And then I plan on starting and finishing on audio because I decided to pick it up on audio. My next few Babysitters Club books I am going to pick up on audio because they're from Audible. They're like right around $7 or $8. And I really want to try them on audio because I want to see, because each babysitter has a different narration, and I just want to see how they sound. So Jesse's Wish, and it's only 3 hours long on audio, so I'm going to very quickly start and finish that one tomorrow as well. So I'll have 3 more books for this week, hopefully. So that should take me up to a grand total of 7. But I did get all 3 NetGalley books that I wanted to read done so far this week, so that's pretty good. But anyway, I will update you guys again tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye. Hi guys, happy Sunday. It is the 12th of July and it is just before 8 o'clock at night, and I am coming to you with 2 quick book reviews because I finished 2 books today, and then of course I'm going to show you guys my knitting for the week and also open my minis for the week. So of course the end clip for this vlog, how it always goes. So first of all, this morning I finished reading Evergreen Springs by Rayanne Thane, which is the 3rd book in the Haven Point series. This is a Christmas book. This was for the Christmas in July-a-thon that I am co-hosting with some other lovely ladies, and the live show is next weekend. I will mention that again, or I'll post it on Instagram or have something in my YouTube story so you guys can come along and watch if you're interested. I believe it's over on Chloe's channel, Chloe Had Always Booked. So do check her out if you're interested in checking out that live show. So, yeah, so this is one of the Christmas ones that I read. And this was a really cute story. So why am I blanking on the characters' names? It's been a bit of a rough day, you guys. Is it Devon? What was her name? Oh my goodness, I feel so bad. Okay, let's start that over again. Hi guys, happy Sunday. It is the 12th of July and it is just before 8 o'clock at night. And I am coming to you with the final clip of the vlog. This was a longer one. I think I've already done the majority of the editing. I think I have to do this clip when I'm done, obviously, and the clip prior to this one. And then I'm hoping to get this done before I go to bed tonight, so then I can have it posted first thing tomorrow. So as I usually do in these end clips, I'm going to first talk about the 2 books that I finished today, and then I'm going to show you my knitting and open my minis, and kind of do a very quick overview of all of the books that I did read this week as kind of a little catch-up. So, today I finished Evergreen Springs by Rayanne Thane. This is the 3rd book in the Haven Point series, and it is a Christmas book. I read this one for Christmas in July, the Christmas in July-a-thon, that I am co-hosting with some other lovely ladies here on BookTube and on Bookstagram. And it's been kind of fun reading Christmas books, especially in the middle of the heat wave we'd been having. The heat wave broke this morning, thankfully. So this is the story of Cole and Devon, and Cole is now a new single dad. His ex-wife passed away in a car accident, and he has custody of his 2 young children. And one night, while his sister, who's staying with him, ends up having a slip and fall on the ice, he takes her to the emergency room and he meets Devon, who is a physician in town. And the 2 of them start up a relationship. But of course, with the obstacles and things that they need to overcome because of his children, and, you know, they're just friends. It was, in a way, a very quick romance, because I think the whole story only takes place in a little over a week or 2-week time, and there's a lot of other things going on with Cole's sister, who has left her husband. She's very pregnant with twins as well. So after this fall, they think she kind of goes into premature labor, but she doesn't. She's on bed rest for a few weeks in the hospital, and dealing with, like I said, Cole's children, who are delightful but very precocious. The daughter, of course, because she lost her mother, well, understandable, has a bit of an attitude, you know, just towards everybody in general. It's not just towards Devon. It's towards her dad and her brother and things like that. Then there's a relationship that Cole has with his father that is very estranged for reasons, and all those things you kind of find out as you're reading the book. But this was really cute. It was a really nice redemption Christmas type story, which is kind of what you want for that kind of a seasonal novel. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. So far, I think I've read, this is the 5th one I've read in the series, even though it's only the 3rd book, but I've read the 2 newest ones as well, books 10 and 11. So I have some catching up to do between like books 4 to book 9. I'll get to them eventually. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was a very heartwarming Christmas story. It also was a clean story. I listened to it on audio. I do have the narrator down here. I'll tell you guys about that in just a little bit. But I think it was Celeste Kula, I think is how you say her last name. And she always does a good job on these books. But yeah, I'm trying to remember from listening to it now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was clean. There may have been, a few discussions about things, but overall, it was a clean romance, which was kind of nice. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you like this series and you haven't gotten to this one yet, or if you're wondering about picking up Rayanne Thane, this is a great series, a great small town contemporary romance series, and I absolutely recommend it. The other book that I finished today was Jessie's Wish, by, of course, N.M. Martin. This is book number 48 in the Babysitters Club series. I gave this one 3.5 stars. I did listen to this one on audio, which it was only 3 hours long. So I think I mentioned to you guys that for the next number of Babysitters Club books that I plan on reading, if they're available on audio, I will be listening to them that way, because I want to hear what the narrators are like, because each of the babysitters has their own narrator for these stories. So I wanted to hear what the narrators sound like. And they're relatively, in terms of an audiobook, inexpensive. Because I own the Kindle copy for a lot of these, they're like $4 or $5, I think, for the audio. Now, the audio is only 3 hours long, so do keep that in mind if you plan on picking up the audio. And because they're Audible exclusives, you can't get them from your library or anything at all like that. So I enjoyed this one. In this one, Jessie is working with she's volunteering at a Kids Can Help, I think is the name of the organization, and it's put through Stony Brook Elementary School. And it is to help those less fortunate, not just kids, but like grown-ups and things like that. So like, for example, they make things for this, like care packages for seniors at the seniors home, and they do things for kids in the hospital, and it's essentially just like a volunteer thing to get the kids helping more in the community and volunteering and things like that. So through this, she meets a girl named Danielle who has leukemia, and it's kind of following also her journey. And at the end of the story, without giving too much away, things are kind of left a little bit up in the air, but they're hopeful, let's put it that way. So yeah, it was a cute story. Like I said, 3.5 stars. It deals with a very difficult topic of, childhood cancer. But also, on the other hand, all of the babysitters do decide to take a few weeks and do some volunteering, which is great. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And it was fun on audio. They are kind of fun to listen to on audio. So I am going to look forward to listening to some more. Now, it's only the regular series that's on audio. The super specials and the mystery stories are not available on audio, I guess. I don't know whether they're ever going to do those ones, or whether they're just going to leave it as being the regular series. But yeah, this one was enjoyable. So that was it for my reading this week, you guys. But I got 7 books done. The books that I had planned, I think I had planned originally on 8, but I got 7 done. And I did listen to read all 3 of my NetGalley reads for this week. So yay, so that was a good thing. So let's get into what I'll do first is I will talk about, of course, all the books that I finished and open up my minis. And then I will show you guys my knitting. So we'll go that way. So let me just kind of get these out of the little bag. As I pull the envelopes, I put them in this bag. So I have them all ready to go for when it is time to open them for you guys. So the first book that I finished this week was, where is it now? There it is. Was Death of a Blueberry Tart, and this was by Lee Hollis. This is a NetGalley read, so thank you again to Kensington Books and NetGalley for providing me with an e-art copy of this one to review. This came out back in March of 2020. This is book number 12 in the Haley Powell Food and Cocktails Mystery Series. It was narrated on audio by Randy Kay, and this was a cozy mystery. And it was cute. I liked it. I didn't absolutely love it. It wasn't one of my favorite cozy mysteries, but it was highly enjoyable. So, ooh, pretty. Just a nice light yellow. The camera's like the window, the light from the window is kind of blowing this out a little bit. So it's not that bright. It's a little bit more of a deeper yellow, but that's really pretty. So we got that one. And then we have the next book that I finished was Sweet Pea Summer, and this was by Alice Murray. This was another NetGalley read, so thank you very much to Book Auteur, as well as NetGalley, of course, for providing me an e-art copy of this book to review. This came out in June. It came out last month, and it is book number 2 in the Full Bloom Farm series, and it is, of course, a contemporary romance, and I really enjoyed this one, too. 3.5 stars on this one. So, ooh, pretty. So I'm just putting my garbage down over here. So we have, this is Lang Yarn, what's it called? Jowl Magic, I think. Oh, it's called Fall Reds is the colorway. Isn't that pretty? That's nice. That'll be quite nice. I believe, is this a single ply? No, it's a double ply. But yeah, that's really pretty. That'll be nice too next. Then I read another one of the Christmas books for the Christmas in July-a-thon. I read The Christmas Wish by Tilly Tennant. This is a 4.5 star read. I absolutely loved it. It was a chicklet, I would say, chicklet / Christmas book. I raved about this book earlier in this vlog. It was so cute, and I highly recommend that you all read it. Read any Tilly Tennant, because I am such a big fan of, excuse me, I'm such a big fan of hers. Ooh, that's really pretty. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that nice? Like grays and blues. This is String Theory is the name of the yarn dyer, and this is White Dwarf is what it's called. Very pretty. So yay, that one will be lovely. Then I read Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. Where is Hello Summer? There it is. Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. I gave this one 4 stars. I'm just realizing that you guys can't read. There we go. And this was my other NetGalley read, my third NetGalley read. So thank you to St. Martin's Press and, of course, NetGalley for an e-art copy of this one to review. This one came out in May of 2020. I did listen to it on audio, and it was narrated by Kathleen McNierney. And this was definitely a women's fiction novel. And I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I would definitely read more Mary Kay Andrews, but I don't know if I could read a lot of her books back to back because they do tend to be a little bit longer. But like I said, I would list it as women's fiction, but I would definitely say more it's like a women's fiction / cozy mystery, because you do have the amateur sleuth mystery / aspect. And guys, look at this. I believe this is one of the Scooby-Doo yarns. This might be the Mystery Machine colorway, but that is really pretty. Oh, I love that. I think this is from No Makers, if I remember correctly. And then I read The Wedding She Always Wanted, and this was by Stacey Connolly. This was book number 2, and I finished the series, the 2-book series, of the McLean Delgado series, book number 2. This is Harlequin Special Edition 2033, and of course it's a contemporary romance. It was cute. I liked it. Not one I'd say like rush out and read it right now, but if you have a copy of it or you come across a copy of it, it's enjoyable. And that's what we have for that one. That is pretty. I think I've added this to the blanket before, but I'm not 100% certain, so we shall see. And then just 2 more, the ones from today, of course. Evergreen Springs by Rayanne Thane. Book, as I already said, book 3 in the Haven Point series, narrated by Celeste Ciulla, C-I-U-L-L-A. This is also a contemporary romance / Christmas story. 4 stars, as I've already mentioned. Super cute. I really like this one. Ooh, that's pretty. So we've got like purples and blues and like darker burgundies almost. That's really lovely. Very nice. I have a lot of minis to add to the blanket this week, you guys. And then last but not least, Jessie's Wish by Ann M. Martin. Book number 48 in the Babysitters Club series. This was narrated by Bindi Turpin, I believe is how you say her name. And this was, of course, a middle grade fiction novel. I gave it 3.5 stars. Ooh, that's pretty. It's almost, it's like grays and browns and whites. It's coming out of the loop that it was in. But yeah, that's really pretty too. Oh, very nice. So yeah, so lots and lots of minis to add this week to the blanket. So that's exciting. So speaking of, let me show you guys the blanket. I do have more knitting than just the blanket this week. Not much. I did cast on 2 new things because I have a problem. But I did cast on a couple new things. So, oops. So that was the last square that I showed you guys last week. So I added in this blue one right there. I added in that one, which was self-striping, very pretty, and then that one, which was kind of also unintentional striping, as I like to call it. So I got the 4-in from the books that I read last week. So I'll have a lot more added in this week. And we're at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 498 squares in the blanket so far. I think 498 squares. So I will definitely be hitting 500 this week. So that's pretty exciting. 98 or 99, I can't remember. So I'll have to do the math and let you guys know for sure next week. But yeah, this is most of the blanket in all of its glory. I now leave it kind of thrown over on the back of the couch when it's not being worked on, like as long as I don't have the needles in it, because why pack it away in a bag? A, it's getting too big for the bag, and B, it just looks really pretty, you know? Even though it's not done and it's kind of a work in progress, it's kind of nice just to throw over the back of the couch. So, the 2 projects that I cast on this week, I decided to, what I did, because I had a friend who did this, I think it was Mandy. She downloaded an app that's like a spinning wheel thing, like, you know, you put the different things on the wheel and then you spin it and it picks something for you. So I added all the projects that I had on the needles, and then the 2 that I wanted to add on, the hat and the socks. And what I do is when I'm done the squares, like the squares are my most important thing that I want to get knit during the course of a week. So once all my squares are done, then I spin the wheel and then I work on a new project for a couple days. And then if I still have time, then I work on it, you know, and then I pick a different project for a few days. So you know, stuff isn't necessarily going to get finished quickly, but at least I'm going to get through, like get different things knitted. So like I said, there was a hat and a pair of socks I wanted to start, and I just happened to get both of them this week. So the hat that I'm starting is a paid for pattern, so of course I can't show you guys the pattern. But it is called, is it Creme Brulee? I think the hat pattern is called Creme Brulee. So let me see if I can get the picture, because I did print off the pattern for this. So that is the hat. It's kind of hard to see in black and white, but there is some texture happening within the hat. And I do need to get myself one of those big fuzzy pom-poms for the hat because I just love fuzzy pom-poms. So I've not gotten much knit on this, but I did start the ribbing on the bottom of the hat. So here it is in the yarn that I picked. It's a very, both my new projects are very fall colored inspired. So isn't that yarn just gorgeous? Let me see if we can focus on that. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at all the colors in there, you guys. So it's ball yarn. This is, what's the yarn? Do I have it in here? This is, Mandy, if you're watching this, you know the colorway. This is Fiber Stash, isn't it? It's Fiber Stash, and it's something Harvest or something Fall, I think. But this isn't a DK weight, so it's in a bit of a thicker weight. But isn't that gorgeous? Look at it. It's so pretty. Oh, the dye job on this is just so gorgeous. So yeah. So I started this hat. I'm super excited to, you know, get working on it. I sent my friends a message and I said, here we are in the middle of a heat wave and I'm casting on a winter hat. It just means I'm going to be prepared come winter. But I have about 4 or 5 winter hats that I've knit. And I just like to rotate them because it's fun. What I want to do in this room, like you guys can't really see, but I wonder if I can turn the camera just ever so slightly. So above the couch, there's that huge blank space. So what I was thinking of doing was getting those 3M hooks, you know, like just the ones that just stick, peel and stick on the wall. And then I can like hang like some of my shawls and my hats and things like that and have them there. So, and I was thinking even getting like, not a very deep, but like a cubby, like that you'd hang up there. And then I could put like my fingerless mitts in there and stuff like that. So like kind of have like my knitting wall. So, you know, come winter time in the fall, I can start pulling out the winter hats and stuff. The socks are all going to be in a drawer in the bedroom. Once we get a dresser, which we still don't have, but that's besides the point. And the other thing that happened this week is that Garrett actually moved our bed in the bedroom because we had it like coming out of the room. Like this room, it's long. It's longer than it is wide, right? So we had the bed doing the same thing. It was coming through the longest part of the room, like coming out from that wall. And it just seemed to be taking up a ridiculous amount of space. So I actually had Garrett, he had to take it apart, not completely apart, but he had to take it apart and move it. So now we've actually got a lot more space It's weird how those things work out. Like the same amount of space is being used, but it just seems to have more space. And we're gonna finally be able to fit it in a dresser now, which is great. So, yay on that. But the other project that I cast on was a pair of socks. Now, if you've been watching me for a bit, you know about 2 months ago I was going to cast on a pair of socks and I didn't. Or I started it, then I decided to rip them out. And it was the Cheshire yarn. It was that black and red and gray yarn, stripes, self-striping. And I was going to cast that back on yesterday, and I started, and I must have cast on 3 times. And there were a couple different patterns that I tried, but nothing was really making me happy. And I just thought, you know, I just wasn't in the mood to knit in that yarn. I mean, I like the yarn a lot. I think it's super pretty. But what I might actually save it for is there's... Oh, sorry, I just got a pop-up message. Hi, Rainy, if you're watching, it's you messaging me. And I'll answer you in just a second. It's so funny, I'm talking about knitting, and that's what her and I spend a lot of time talking about is knitting. And I think what I'm going to do is there's a pattern called the sock sleeves, I think it's called. And essentially you knit like just a pullover sweater, right? Just your basic raglan pullover sweater. And you do the body in like a solid color, like this part in a solid color, but then you use that self-striping yarn, that self-striping sock yarn, and you do the sleeves. So the sleeves will stripe, like as if it were like, you know, self-striping socks. So because of the colors of those socks, I think it'd be really pretty to get like a gray to match the gray, and then do like these sleeves with like the red, black, and gray stripes. I think would look really, really awesome. So I think I might save it for that instead of trying to make it into socks, because just for some reason it doesn't want to be socks. The yarn will tell you what it wants to be. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds outside. Got the window cracked about that much. It's so nice outside. The weather, the heat wave is gone, and I'm so overly thrilled. So I went into my bins of yarn, and I kind of dug around, and I found this. And I must have fall on the brain, probably, again, because of the heat wave. But I pulled this out. I cannot remember the yarn dyer, and I do apologize. I don't think they're in business anymore. I think I got this off of Etsy. The colorway, for those of you who are fans of the movie Hocus Pocus, is called Amuck, Amuck, Amuck. So I am knitting a pair of socks in this. Now, I might rip these back and start again because I'm not loving the pattern. I might just go ahead and do like Hermione's Everyday Socks, which is a pretty basic sock pattern, but I just want to do a pattern sock. I started doing a pattern, and you can kind of see it there, but it's really, really fiddly, and I'm not loving it. But isn't that pretty though, like the way it's knitting up? So I might just do, like I said, Hermione's Everyday Socks and just, you know, leave it at that. Or I might see what other sock patterns I have in my library, but that's what I've got cast on. That's just the toe. So yay. But yeah, so that's that. That's all my knitting, you guys. That's all my reading. That is everything. Like I said, this is probably a super long vlog. I did not get any videos filmed today. It was an extremely lazy day today. Garrett's not feeling that great. He starts his new job tomorrow. Or he's supposed to start his new job tomorrow. We shall see. He's going to go in and just let them know that, you know, he's not feeling the best. It's not COVID or anything at all like that. But, you know, they're being extra cautious, especially because he's working in a long-term care facility. So they'll probably end up sending him home for a couple days, even on his first day, which sucks. But at least as long as you go in and, you know, hey, I'm here. But, yeah, like, right? So, and yeah, it's just been... We've both been really tired because of the new cats, to be completely honest. We're not getting a lot of sleep, or we finally are just starting to catch up on getting sleep again, so yay. But anyway, I'm going to get this vlog edited, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. I will be filming videos tomorrow that are going to go up on Wednesday and Saturday. We'll be back to a regular schedule next week, and I will talk to you all then. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.